Let's hear from James E.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are the masters of the match, the three-time United States Tag Team Champions, Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express. And their manager, the Louisville Slugger, Mr. Jim Cornette.
Well, I stand corrected, Bob.
Yep.
They've been champions 3 times. This would be number 4. Unprecedented.
Their opponents. They're the brand new United States Tag Team Champions. Weighing in at a combined weight of 539 pounds from Detroit, Michigan, Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers.
The Steiners, the United States Tag Team Champions. They defeated the Midnight Express on August 24th in the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And the dog face above his left eye, they've got it butterflied shut. A few stitches, I understand.
Well, Jim, you mentioned earlier that's where he was lacerated.
He was hit right in the face by the Nasty Boys. There you see, he's got it bandaged up there. I don't think he's worrying about it affecting his looks. But he's never going to forget what happened in Chicago at the hands of the Nasty Boys. But this match has a lot of ramifications on the Halloween Havoc event.
Well, Jim, you're right. You know, as you said before, and as you mentioned, they certainly cannot be looking ahead. If they look ahead to the Nasty Boys, and they're really not up for this match against the Midnight Express, if they lose that championship, that's going to really throw a lot of monkey work, a lot of kinks in the monkey works, because it will be the Midnight Express that then would take on the Nasty Boys in Halloween Havoc.
Scotty Steiner bringing Beautiful Bobby out of the corner with a big hip block. Beautiful Bobby in that tape fist match tomorrow night in the Omni against Big Sid Vicious. That one will not be for the weak at heart, I will assure you. Great seats are still available for all you fans in the Atlanta area. It's at 7:30 tomorrow night in the Omni. Collar and elbow tie-up. Beautiful Bobby forcing Scott Steiner back into the ropes, and he nails him with a cheap shot and another right in the back.
Well, you can look for that from the Midnight Express, and there may be bigger men in this sport than the Steiners, but there's certainly none stronger. They're 2 of the strongest.
Great counter move there by Scott Steiner, taking Beautiful Bobby off his feet. Modified version of the Boston Crab there, half crab, and Beautiful Bobby quickly crawls to the ropes to break the hold.
Well, the Steiners not only have all of the strength and the power, Jim, to go with that size and the great muscles they got, but they're all around great athletes with extensive amateur backgrounds, including NCAA champions at Michigan. They're well-versed and schooled in wrestling with all of the wrestling holds themselves, but they really are big enough and strong enough to get in and stand toe-to-toe and mix it up with you.
Cornette slowing the pace down here, having a little conference with Beautiful Bobby. Bobby trying to lull Scott Steiner to a false sense of security here, I think.
Well, we talk about the Steiners and how strong and how powerful they are, but the Midnight Express, of course, is one of the most experienced tag teams in all of professional wrestling. They've held a number of championships, as we mentioned, this one already 3 times the United States Championship.
Scott Steiner up and over, and takes Beautiful Bobby. Shoulder first, right to the post. What impact here on TBS. Beautiful Bobby needs to make the tag, but Scott Steiner is all over him. Ramsey back first into the turnbuckle, and now goes to the second turnbuckle. Hammers down with those club-like right hands.
If it's the Steiners at Halloween Havoc, what a collision that's going to be when you got 2 teams like the Nasty Boys and like the Steiners, Jim, who go all out. They throw caution to the wind. It's like 4 bulls in the ring, and they're all going to butt heads.
Now, Beautiful Bobby. Another big right hand. He's got Scott Steiner in a very precarious position up here on the turnbuckle. Superplex. No, Scott Steiner reverses it, and he's got Bobby on his shoulders. He's got Beautiful Bobby up on his shoulders.
Whoa.
There's the dog face. A bulldog. A bulldog headlock right off the top rope. Beautiful Bobby must make the tag here. Sweet Stan pulls him outside.
You could see the fear in the eyes of Bobby Eaton. He was helpless as he was on the shoulders, and he had nowhere to go.
Fans, we'll be right back with more of the U.S. Tag Team Championship. Right, Jim Ross and Bob Conley with you. United States Tag Team Championship is on the line. Beautiful Bobby trying to recuperate on the apron as Sweet Stan Lane has been tagged in.
Lane made the tag, Jim. He tried to come in and put some of that martial arts that he has got down to perfection to work, but it didn't work against the Steiners.
Scott Steiner with a reverse chin lock on Sweet Stan Lane. Stan with a right hand to the midsection and another. And there's that karate kick to the solar plexus. Beautiful Bobby back in. And his arms are right off the canvas. Or right to the canvas and off his feet. Was a great match here.
Pure power on the part of the Steiners. It's going to take all the cunning of Jim Cornette outside of the ring and instill in his men to overcome this team.
Look at the strength of Scott Steiner. 4 scoop slams. And a Steiner line. They're barking a pound here.
Fans, this is the kind of great action that you'll see tonight in Miami, Florida, and in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then tomorrow night in Key West, Florida, and don't forget tomorrow night in the Omni in Atlanta, then Monday night at 7:30, Montgomery, Alabama at the Civic Center, a big card, and Tuesday in Troy, Ohio, Jim.
We certainly appreciate you fans allowing us to come into your homes once again here on TBS, but there's nothing that can replace the excitement of seeing live World Championship Wrestling action. To see the Steiners live and all the great stars. And Stan Lane made a smart move there by backing away from the dog-faced gremlin. Beautiful Bobby's got a lot of guts as he's in there, but I think Lane is the legal man, isn't he, Bob?
Yeah, he's legal, and he's outside getting a little bit of advice right now from Cornette, trying to back up, regroup, get back in. But Eaton caught it again with a big, powerful forearm blow. Now here comes Lane back.
I was shocked when I saw what the Nasty Boys did in Chicago at the contract signing to the Steiners, hitting Rick Steiner right in the face, opening him up right above the left eye.
Well, I want to think it was a surprise cheap shot, Jim, that it really caught him off guard, and it was a surprise shot. But, you know, after you see the Nasty Boys, you think more about it. I'm not so sure that's the case.
I think it was premeditated. They knew what they were going to do all along. Big football block there by the dog-faced gremlin. A blind tag. Boom!
Good heavens.
Big right hand. But Bob Eaton's a legal man, and he bulldogs Rick Steiner. Steiner was not aware of the tag, I don't think, but it was a legal tag, and the Midnight Express as good as anybody in the world with a blind tag.
Well, as we say, they're one of the most experienced tag teams in all of wrestling, and the experience came through right there.
Beautiful Bobby, one of the toughest competitors in the sport today, with a clothesline, lateral press, and 2.5 for the United States Tag Team Championship.
Jim Cornette, who molded his team to what he calls perfection, Jim. They go together. All of the pieces just fit perfectly. An outstanding tag team combination. You wouldn't be U.S. Tag Team Champions 3 times unless you could really carry the ball.
The only team to be the world champions and the U.S. champions at the same time are the Midnight Express. And if they can keep it up, they're on their way to a unprecedented 4th United States Tag Team Championship. And if they upset the Steiners here, then at Halloween Havoc, it would be the Midnight Express and the Nasty Boys. Cornette buries the end of the tennis racket into the ribs of Rick Steiner.
Talking about that, Jim, and talking about shaking up Halloween Havoc, who do you think that the Nasty Boys are pulling for right now? Who do you think they want to win this match?
That's a good question, Bob, but I would think that they really want to prove to the world that what happened in Chicago was no fluke. They want to take the titles from the Steiners.
I agree with you 100%.
Belly-to-belly suplex. Great amateur wrestling move by the former All-American from Michigan. Cornette encouraging beautiful Bobby to make the tag. Rick Steiner has tagged in his brother Scott. And Scott Steiner with big right hands, and then scoops up Stan Lane. He scoops up beautiful Bobby. What a battle for the United States Tag Team Championship. Outside goes Lane.
Beautiful Bobby, he's the legal man in the ring anyway, Jim.
Eating up in the lights. Stan Lane with a cheap shot on Rick Steiner out there.
post.
Steiner. Lane from behind rammed Scott Steiner, or Rick Steiner, to the ring post. And now the Midnight Express have turned the corner. We may see the making of new United States champions right here.
And they did it, of course, on Scott with a double team. Look at that tremendous, powerful forearm right there from Bobby Eaton.
Scott Steiner trying to shake it loose. The U.S. titles are hanging in the balance here on World Championship Wrestling. There's the tag. Stan Lane in now, and Scott Steiner is in a world of trouble.
You got to be an outstanding physical specimen to take a beating like that and keep coming back as Scott Steiner's doing.
Cornette must sense that his team about to win the U.S. titles. Rick Steiner knocked off the apron. The Midnight Express now double teaming Scott. Double elbow there. This may be it right here. He's got the leg grapevine. 1, 2 and a half there. Scott Steiner with that great strength. Beautiful Bobby takes him straight down. Another pinning predicament. 1, 2, and oh, close. Very, very close to new U.S. Tag Champions.
Again, he had the leg hook, but again, he couldn't hold him. Scott Steiner twice now. He just dug down a little deeper. Watch out.
He blocked it. Takes him up and straight down. A dynamic counter move by Scott Steiner. Will he, or can he, tag his brother?
Desperately now trying to get to the corner as is Eaton. Eaton made the tag.
Lays in, but here comes the dog face. Holding that shoulder. He went to the post, but that big right hand is healthy. Oh, face first goes beautiful Bobby into the turnbuckle. And Lane to the other side. There's a Steiner line on Eaton by the dog face gremlin. All 4 men now. Cornette pulling beautiful Bobby out of the ring. Oh, he nailed him. This could be all right here. The Midnight Express may steal it from the Steiners. We may have new U.S. champions right now. The referee slow to get there. 1, 2. Oh, no. Oh, it's close.
He
So
almost
close.
He wasn't 2 inches from the mat with that third count.
Rick Steiner blocking. He's blocking the power driver. A Steiner line by Scott. Dogface has him rolled up, and the Steiners win it. What a hard-fought match.
The winners of the match, and still United States Tag Team Champions, Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers.
The Nasty Boys are standing by in the interview area, Bob. We'll go there in a moment.
Jim, right here we can show you just what a physical and tough match this was for both teams. The Steiner line did it finally as Eaton is pinned by Rick Steiner for the count of 3.
We have the Nasty Boys standing by in the interview area.